All right, so today we're going to look at finding an equation of a parabola given its vertex and a point that lies on the parabola. All right, so we're going to start by writing the equation in vertex form. Just a standard equation. And then we're going to start plugging in the information that we have. So here we have that the vertex is 5, 2. Okay, so we're going to use that piece of information first. And we're going to plug it in for h and k. So y is equal to a, x, and then we're going to plug in the the x value of the vertex there. But when you plug it into the equation, there the vertex is 5, 5, 2. So in the equation, we're going to change the sign of 5. So it's going to become -5 squared plus 2. All right. So the first step is plug in vertex. And don't forget to change the sign on the x value. The next step, what we're going to do is we're going to use the point that they gave us, 1, 4. And we're going to plug that in for x and y. Okay, so the point 1, 4, where we see x, we're going to plug in 1, and where we see y, we're going to plug in 4. Okay, so there's y, so we're going to plug in 4, x, we're going to plug in 1, oops, used the wrong pencil, my vertex, all right, so now we got the equation with everything put in. We have our vertex subbed in, as you can see in green there. We have a point that lies on the parabola subbed in, and that's the orange. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do some number crunching, and we're going to isolate for a, meaning we're going to find what a value is. Okay. So 4 is equal to, so before we can find a, let's look at that bracket. So 1 minus 5, that's -4, and that's being squared, and then plus 2. So -4 squared is 16, right? If you're putting it in a calculator and your calculator gives you a -16 instead of a +16, just make sure you put brackets around there. Anytime a number is squared, it's going to be a positive number. So in that step, you'll always get a positive number. If you're not getting a positive number, just put brackets before you square it. Okay, and then we usually write the number in front of the coefficient, so in front of the variable, so 16a. And now we're going to start to isolate for the a value. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our 2 over to this side. So that will become 4, and then -2, because the 2 changes sign when it jumps over that equal sign. Right? So from that +2 went over to the other side, so it changes its sign. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and 16a. And now to find a, we're going to divide both sides by 16. Okay. So 2 over 16, and the lowest common denominator would be 1 over 8. And that's our a value. All right, so we're going to go over to this step here. I'm going to highlight the step in yellow. So just look at that yellow dot, which is the second line there. Okay, I'm going to go over to that step of the equation and rewrite that. But now that we know a, I'm going to plug in a, which is 1/8 x minus 5 squared plus 2. So our final equation will have the vertex and the a value. The point that we use, the point that lies on the parabola, the orange point, we just use that to find our a value, but our final answer does not include that point at all, but it does include our vertex, right? So I would just highlight that in yellow, or sorry, in green. Okay, and it includes our a value that we found here, which is that right there. Okay, so I hope that video helped, and that's how you would find the equation of a parabola in vertex form given the vertex and a point.